screen. Yeah. Right. 1, 2, 3. See these? Let me zoom in. Yeah, see these 3 blue numbers? Yeah, that was one of my entries today. Let me see if I can pull up my chart trader. Yeah, it's like historical data, so it's where it's like shows you the contracts that went through at the time. So usually what happens is if there's a shit ton of contracts that go through at one time, that means the next time it comes down there's probably unfilled ones. So this is kind of how I use this. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I could. Yeah, I don't. This is kind of a tool I use. I don't think you should really look into this if you're using ICT. I kind of use this along with ICT. It's kind of another tool I use. I'm trying to show you where my entry was. It's not showing me. For some reason, I can't turn on the executions. Let me see if it's on here. Look. Do you see this? Why doesn't it show on footprints? I don't get that. Yeah, so I tried entering at these blue numbers earlier, so you can see this like bottom ticked it, and I think I got an entry up here, so you can see if we look at my actual entry on this. Okay, why isn't it? It's not showing on here anymore. But anyways, yeah, I entered. So I entered right here, and I have no idea why. Yeah, I'm not sure. You just saw I just had the executions. I'm not really sure what happened to them. Anyways, I entered like right here, and I ended up getting stopped at break even because I had to go to class. But yeah, I entered like right here, or no, maybe right here. Oh, is that MES? That's why I can't see it. Right here, see? Oh, I see why. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Ready? You'll see how precise this is. This is the trade I mentioned in trading. I was talking in trading chat a little bit, and I'm like, guys, watch this. And I was like, I said, would you take this for a backup? Let me see if I can find it. Somewhere up here. It feels weird. There's a lot of people that joined from my thread yesterday. Usually my Discord isn't, like, my Discord is active, just not every second active. So there's a lot of things going on in chat. This, like, people are like, oh, I'm bullish here, oh, I'm bearish here. I usually just stick to my own. I don't really care what people say. No, you're good. You're good. I just had to serve you. I think you forgot. Just tell me when you're done. It was right here. For you guys looking at my screen. I said, would you take this for a value gap? Okay, so you can see I marked out this for a value gap. We took sell side, so the answer is no, obviously. And I didn't, like, I had this marked. Okay, so I had right here. I had this marked. I just never put it in the screen. Like when oops, I just accidentally opened Webull. 1 second. Let me just get rid of this. Oh, I hate Webull. So I said, would you take this bearish for a value gap? The answer is no. And I actually, at the time, I saw this bullish for a value gap. And if you look at the delta on this candle, there was 941 delta on this candle. And this was stacked. So if you look at my execution, I entered here and got stopped on here, unfortunately. And I put my stop break even pretty quickly, so I had to go. one second. So yeah, you can see my entry right here. This is a little more of an advanced entry. Okay, so Eric, are you is your girlfriend done? All right, so it looks like it. Okay. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I'm gonna post this on YouTube just for people who want to kind of review this. But I ended up entering here, got stopped because I had to go to class. I know there's no market structure shift, but whenever I see kind of a setup with this BPR, after taking sell side, these work a ton. And I don't know if you guys know what the 3 drives pattern are, but we hit a low, second low. This was the third low. This is when I had a feeling we were gonna rip, and I think BB King mentioned it as well as chat. So when you get the 3 drives pattern, this one low, second low, third low, this is usually a good entry, and the delta was good. It was stacked in ES. But yeah, it kind of sucks I got stopped out on that. That was my second trade of the day. I didn't really care. All right, I'm gonna go back in time. I just got TradingView Pro, so I haven't really used this replay feature much. I'm gonna go back in time and use a replay feature. It has to be a random day, right? I don't know what happens though, because I wanna kind of test my ability of this. Yeah. Yep. Camera center 2. Yeah, so yeah, I like doing it after like 3 points at least, and that does. I'm not gonna lie, that does mess me up sometimes. It does mess me up sometimes, but um, it's also saved me many times, so it doesn't really matter for me. But yeah, I'm just gonna see what I'm seeing right here. I'm trying to. The main point of this stream is I'm literally just testing these inversion fair value gaps. I don't really know what they were way back when. This was from the 7th. I don't think I remember this day. Let's check the higher time frame. Okay, so higher time frame looks bullish. We have these equal highs here. Again, I don't really remember what happened after this, but I'm gonna see from right. We have these equal highs up here as well. So I'd probably argue that this is buy side up here. We have this new day, we have this new week opening gap. So I probably want to see this filled. Let's see what happens. So this is a fair value gap I'm seeing right now. Again, this is at 6 a.m. So let's see what happens. I want to see this maybe broken through and then used for support. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I might. This actually seems like a decent long. I'm gonna test this out. Let's try to buy one right here. See what happens. This is very weird to me. I'm not used to doing this. Wait, can you like set a stop loss here? I don't think you can set a stop loss. That's weird. But my stop would be if it went under here. Okay, so we hit that low, so I would have been stopped. Interesting. Again, I would still be bullish at this point. You can see we use this at. This is not really time I trade. You trade, by the way. Once I see this candle with a ton of displacement, once I see something like this through this low, that immediately makes me lock my mind into this low. I wish I paused it and said that before. Now it's going to look like, oh, it's hindsight. I'd probably be looking for another long setup down here. No matter what low we swept. So we could sweep this low. Consequent encroachment of this is 41.4106, 0.05, 4.50. So I'd probably be looking for a long setup here, and then my target would be this gap or these highs. I have no idea what happens here. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can pull up a 1 minute. It doesn't show. I guess I can't do that, unfortunately. So this is very hard. This is gonna be very hard for me. Usually I'm looking at a bunch of different time frames. I'm just gonna base this off the 5 minute, I guess. Wish I could do. I wish I could look at another one. Okay, so this is good. We're holding that consequent encroachment line. Oh, there. Okay, as soon as I see this candle, okay, we swept this low. We held this constant encroachment. As soon as I'm seeing this candle, there's a buzzer going off in my head, like, oh, just look for long, look for long. Okay, so there's a buzzer going off my head when I see that displacement. Okay, so I would probably try a long position down here. I'm confused. This is a buy position? Not sure. This would probably be another. I'll try this long. My stop would be below. My target would be up here. That's about a 2.5 RR trade. Let's see if this works. So let me just buy here. This is very weird to me. I wish I could do a take profit. There we go. Okay. No, stop. Damn it. Okay, so that play worked out. Okay. Again, this is not hindsight. Like I generally don't remember this day. That's why I just went back to random time. But these equal highs just were bullish to me. This, as soon as I see displacement over this candle, that's when the buzzer's kind of going off in my head. Okay, I don't want to make this false. Whatever. If you look at the higher time frame, okay, this 5 minute fair value gap over here. This probably would have been, if I took 2 contracts, this would have been my target. I'm not gonna. I would have sold here, so I'm gonna go back and replay. So I don't kind of took away my long position. It's whatever. But yeah, I would have bought. I would have bought here. My target would have been right here. Let's see if we can flatten as soon as it happens. Also, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I hate this thing. Buy again. I'm just gonna explain something else. This is actually kind of interesting. Okay, so this is when I would have sold. What's interesting about this is I'm just gonna take off this real. No, I'm gonna take off those. What's interesting about this is this is your entry, this is your play. Okay, you have these equal highs above here, and this I'd honestly want to see. I would not be opposed to this inducing, which means we'd go up, maybe reject this for a value gap. Okay, and then come back down here, and then pump again. I would definitely not be opposed to that, and then maybe averaging down. But once I see these two order blocks created, okay, these are pretty strong order blocks, I would probably be personally looking for those to hold. So I probably move my stop off after those order blocks. Okay, in hindsight that would have worked, but I'm sure we could have definitely induced under here and then bounce again. But for my personal rules, I probably would have put my stop loss right here under this order block, so my stop would have been right here. But yeah, this is this clean play. You can see as soon as we get this displacement, it's perfect. It's also the 1050 macro run, okay? So I didn't even realize that. 1050, so 1050 to 1110 macro run. So this is the 1110 candle. So there's a nice move there, and then we can see it hit my target. But yeah, this is kind of the displacement I'm really looking for trades. I'm actually going to make a quick Twitter thread while I'm on here. If you're watching this on YouTube, when I upload it later, you can skip this part. And if you also look at this one, okay, this goes back to the inverse for value gap idea. Okay. Again, I didn't realize that at the time, but once we break through this fair value gap, this is where it would make sense to use this as an inverse fair value gap, okay? And you'd want to see the bodies respect it, which they do. I know we get equal lows here, but when the bias is bullish, we have equal highs, we have this inverse fair value gap. These equal lows won't matter. They probably just matter. They're probably just save them for later. I don't know what happens after this. Kind of lost in the date and time right here, if I'm being honest. I don't remember this day at all. But yeah, usually when there's equal lows like this, especially being that this is in a inversion fair value gap, I probably want to see this hold. It's also I think the 0.705. So yeah, it's a 0.705 as well, and this is also equal highs up there. Okay, but the main point of this trade is when I see this displacement candle, I'm like, oh, huge displacement. We hit the low of day. Okay, so you can see so we never hit the low of day. I mean, yeah, we did this day. We held the consequent encroachment of this wick. Okay, the reason why I like this wick is because of how big it is. And then you can see we swept this low, and we swept this low as well. Okay, and the reason why I don't draw the consequent encroachment of this wick is because we already held it right here, almost to the tick. It was to the tick, actually. So we already held it to the tick right here. So we already kind of used that. So I don't really have that drawn on my chart again. Yo, what's up, Andy? What's up, Mitch? Yo, you guys just missed my trade. Yo, you guys just missed the trade I took. Ready? So this is where I'm at, right? Andy, look at this. Are you here? This is a good lesson. I'm not sure if you can hear us. All right, Mitch, are you looking at my screen? All right, what are your thoughts? If you saw the situation, what are your thoughts? Yeah, what do you think would happen? Why? Okay. Okay. And also these. Yeah. So the equal high. Yeah. Okay. So the equal highs for me would be the main thing. We also have like relative equal highs right here as well, and that's exactly what I said. But and then we're also bouncing off this order block. Okay. So this is where. Yeah. So yeah, I want us to see us displace above this and use this as support. There's a small volume imbalance here, which is interesting. I haven't really picked it up before. Watch. No, you'll see. Okay, ready? This is where I took the long. Would you agree this is not a bad long? Exactly. Okay. So, okay, if I took... Yeah, so I would probably put my stop at break even here, to be honest. Or if I took 2 contracts here where I would sell the one. I'd sell 1 contract here probably. But look what happens. We reject that volume and bounce with a tick. I would get south of break even. Yeah, you're right. Why? Because you saw it happen? Yeah, but what makes you short in this situation? This old volume imbalance that wasn't used? Yeah, I guess you're right. And then where do your target be? This low? Right here? Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, technically the long did work, and that, like, the long worked. We hit the, I call this the kind of, this is kind of low-hanging fruit. Obviously the main target, yeah. Yeah. No, I would be targeting equal high, so I'd probably get, yeah, I'd just take a partial here. But if you did it, like, there's some traders that are going to take them up to this buy side, okay? If we look at the risk reward here, let's say your stop's like right there. That'd be a 2 risk reward, 2 to 1 RR. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. But right here, what? Yeah, I mean, I can. Yeah, wait, what thing are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, really? What's it? How much is it? Yeah, that'd be definitely nice. I'm just gonna go to let's see. Let's see if I can get to. Yeah, it does sound familiar. Let me see. That's not bad. I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not that bad. So this was let's see what happens here. So my stop would probably be like right, yeah, I would have gotten stopped right there probably. So I'll just, let's say, sell it. But I would agree, like right here, the bias is still bullish. So what would you be doing here, ND, in this situation? So this is a 2-to-1 RR trade that failed. Okay, so we know that another 2-to-1 RR trade is gonna make you profitable. Okay, and we know we have these equal highs, and we know we have these equal highs. So what would you do in this situation? Yeah, exactly, okay? Now, watch what happens. Tell me when you think you would enter. I already went over this. So, at this point, we hit that low. Okay, we know we have this low. Something that I kind of said before is, see this consequent encroachment of this wick? We already bounced off of it. So not expect a second bounce. But we have another consequent encroachment right here. Do you see this one? Of this rejection block. And so this is kind of what I would be watching for. Will this be respected? I'm not going to take an entry off of it. There's no way in hell you'd ever want to slap an entry off this, but this is kind of what I'm watching for this moment. And I'm still, what do you think the bias is, ND? Okay, you don't know what happens here. What do you think? What would you be looking for here with these equal highs? Yeah. But for a setup, you'd want to see what to get to these equal highs? A sweep of the lows, right? A sweep. Yeah, and a liquidity grab, right? Yes. So if we got a long setup here, I would probably long it, okay? I don't think we do, so let me keep playing it. So look, there's no long setup yet. No long setup. No long setup. Where? Right here. Yeah, see, yeah, that's not a bad entry. That's not a bad entry at all. And then your target would be this low now. And now, so now we're swept this low. So now I would be looking for another long. Okay, I'm not sure if we're gonna go down here or not. Yeah. So you can see I have this consequent encroachment drawn out. Do you see an entry yet? Exactly. No entry yet. This is very choppy. No entry yet. So we hit this consequent encroachment. Okay, we hit it again. So here I'm not like, I don't want a body candle close below this. Do you see a long entry yet? Yeah, I don't either. Okay, we know we know if the equal highs above. What does this candle tell you? That what? Yep. So this candle, this is the kind of candle I look for. I'm like, oh, ding, ding, ding. There's your displacement. This is a ton of institutional smart money getting in. Yeah. Right here, right? Yeah, and your risk and reward would be right here. Your stop would probably be under here. Here's your entry anywhere in this. So this would be 1.74, or it could be a 2.11, depending on. I would probably target these because these. I'll probably take partials of these then runners here. But let's see what happens. Yeah. Also, this is one of those inversion fair value gaps as well. So I probably want to see that hold. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I would agree with you. We also have these order blocks form in here, and then there's your profit target, right there. Yeah, so that was nice. That's the trade I just went over. I absolutely would have taken a loss on this trade right here, but I agree the bias was bullish. Okay, let's see if we can go back to time, back to time, back to time. I'm trying not to look. Here, I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go right here. What? I don't know. It was probably with a girl. What do you say, Andy? So right here on the 1 hourly, what am I noticing here? So I noticed we just hit buy side. So I'd probably have a bearish bias here because we just hit this major high. Let me just look back a little bit. There's not really any noticeable equal lows or anything to target. I guess there's these. These are relative equal lows. But I feel like we go to like the 4 hour. Yeah, see the 4 hour, we have this BPR and just this right here looks pretty bullish. This looks bullish. When I see a BPR, I mark it and then I go to the lower time frame to see if we get a long setup off of it. So like in this, I'm going to mark this right now. I'm going to keep all these marked and I'm going to look for a long setup out of all these zones. So I'm going to go back to like the, I guess the 1 minute. Okay, well, that didn't work. Alright, I'll see you later. Okay, I guess we can't go back to the 1 minute, so I'll just go to the 2 minute. So, we hit buy side. I had these zones marked. Okay, they're bigger 4 hour fair value gaps. If we could kind of, sometimes you can narrow them down. So like you can see this in its hole is like a fair value gap, so you can narrow them down. But it probably wouldn't matter to me where. I just look for any long setup out of them. So this would probably be my first point of interest. Okay. Now I'd probably be looking for a short here. This is 6 a.m. so this is almost the start of the kill zone. I'm going to see if I get like a nice short entry. So I see these equal highs here. Let's see if you go to the 3 minute. I probably wouldn't short this just because these highs have my interest. These equal highs could work. Is this an, so it does end up working a little bit. We end up rejecting this one. Probably still wouldn't have taken a position there probably. So now I'm like, okay, we're definitely hitting this low now. at this point, I'm like, okay, I know this is the point of interest, but every time we sweep sell side, I would kind of look for a new structure, maybe new equal lows or something to short. Let me check the 15-minute when we get to this point. There is a CE right here. I wouldn't really count this because we already kind of bounce off of it. Okay, we bounce off it on this can right here, so I would not consider that a CE. And this is also an order block. Okay, 15-minute order block. Mean threshold of this order block is right here. Okay, so I wouldn't want to see a body close above mean threshold of this order block. So it would be like 4028.50. I'm just going to draw that. Oh, I do see this volume imbalance. Okay. I didn't even see that dump. I may have tried an entry here. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I would have probably tried an entry there. I'm trying to get better volume imbalances. I know he swept south side, but as long as we hold that, but this is like such nice risk. My risk reward here would probably be like, here would be my risk would be above this high. Partials would be below this low. Okay, and then my final target would probably be this low down here. So I mean, that's not terrible. This would probably be more of a funded account than a real account play. It's a little bit of a bigger trade. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I would have gotten out of partials there. And then as soon as my partials hit, I would have spent stop to break even. So, I see. Right here, the body doesn't respect it that much. We go over it. But we're still holding this one, which is the important part. The bodies literally don't go over that, which is kind of crazy. Wow, what a dump. Okay, so, yeah, would have hit my take profit there. So, interestingly enough, this is actually news. I guess. Must have been news. This is at 8:30. I mean, that would have been a W trade. I would have gone stopped to break even for the rest, though. My point of interest would probably still be down there. At this point, I'll probably be looking for another short right here. Okay, right there. So, let's just say get in. See if you can sell at the right time. Check out the 3-minute. This would be another like textbook short to me. Again, we just have huge displacement down. I'd probably put my limit somewhere above this in premium. So I would have gotten filled right there. So that's what I would have probably sold. So here's where I would have taken profits. I would not have taken full profits. This is usually where I scale a con. Again, this is still my point of interest. So I'm just gonna. What do you say? Oh, sorry. Very good. Yeah, so we hit this low, but this would still be my point of interest because it's a 4 if we really get when we hit buy side in the hourly. See what happens. Wow, so this is interesting. So I probably, if I left the runner, I would have gone stopped to break even there. So you can see we swept south side. We re-hit these highs. Okay, I'm just gonna cancel somehow if I can cancel this. So we re-hit these highs. This would not have been my bias. So now once we re-hit these highs, I'm like, okay. I'm looking for another short setup because my point of interest is still in there. So in this situation, I would not take this for a value gap, okay? I know it's also a breaker block. Not gonna lie, this does look like a textbook long setup. Because we hit buy side, I would not take that. Okay, so we jump right through it, so I would have been correct. Again, if that play worked, I wouldn't really have cared. Okay, so just hit my point of interest. So Here's where I'm kind of starting to look for a long setup again, if we get it. Okay, so because we hit the point of interest, the fair value gap, I would not have shortened this. I would not have shorted that. Okay, if we did not even, so we just tapped it, as you can see, barely got into it. If we didn't, I probably would have considered taking the short. Okay, but we did, so. I'm curious, I wonder if this was a divergence. I bet you this was a divergence somewhere with the Dow or YM. I wish I could go back at the time. So if this was a divergence, I would have looked for another short. Probably would have looked for this CE to hold down. Consequent encroachment. Again, there's no short setup. There's these relative equal lows. What happens here? Okay, so we re-hit these highs. I'm now probably re-looking for a short setup. Would I take this fair value gap? Absolutely not, because we just hit buy side, and I think we'd probably still go and fill this. There's this high up here, but I think this, I wouldn't care if this is hit or not, because we already have taken out this high. So honestly, I wouldn't have cared if that. It would have been better if this high was taken out. Let's see if it's taken out. Okay, so now I got equal highs above here. I'll definitely be keeping those in mind. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so I would not have taken this long, but right here, I probably would have tried a long to these equal highs. Okay, and I know there's not really any market structure shift here, but yeah, I agree, Mitch. I would definitely try it long, so let's see what happens. Wow, what is this price action? Again, if you, yeah. Oh, this is a, wait, no, this is 12:30. Okay, so this is lunchtime. Yeah, so this is lunchtime. So your stop would be below here if you long. Again, this would be very bad risk reward. I probably would have got stopped at break even, to be honest. If I longed here, it goes from 4,029, so it hits my 3-point threshold. I probably would have moved my stop to break even. It would have saved me in this situation. Let's just see if it plays out. Yep, so it would have played out there. This is where I would have sold. This just shows me I need to get better at stop losses, because honestly, like 4,029, 4,000, that's an 8. Yeah, that's an 8-point stop loss, but the play still works. And that. Yeah, I see that. Also, don't get mixed up, but it's mean threshold for order block. CE is only for wicks and fair value gaps. Yeah. So now we hit buy side again. Of course, you would not take this fair value gap. Okay. I wouldn't have taken this fair value gap still, because we hit buy side this for a second time. What I am noticing is we did reject the CE of this wick right here. We never had a body candle close above it, so I would start looking for short setups in this situation again. The reason I say this is because we are still so high. We hit hourly buy side. If we kept going up, I really wouldn't care. Let me wait 1 second. Yo, Rix, are you here? I want to ask Rix this question. You're what? You're at the gym? Oh, you're doing cardio. Nice. All right, Rix, would you long this fair value gap? We have equal highs above. We bounce out of this fair value gap. Would you long right here? Yeah, and where would your stop be? Right under here? Yeah, okay, yeah, I would agree with that. I'm not sure what your stop would be. But if you look at this scenario, okay, so out longed goes quite a bit into drawdown. Right there, I probably would have been stopped in that candle. Or I would have gotten stopped at break even, because if I'm long here and I have like a 3-point stop, it goes 2 points. And it ends up going like 4 points above my entry. So I probably would have put, like, do you put your stop at break even at that point? Okay. Yes. Yeah. So this would have been a risk reward. The 1-to-1 would have been like right here. Like right here. So it just would have hit. So your stop, you would have been stopped to break even this trade. But the actual stop is under this low. You can see it never hits. And this also, if I was in a real position here, I'd want to see. Once I see this to me looks like a Judas swing. So I'd want to see this breaker block hold. Okay, this is a breaker block. And then let's say this could be another re-entry. It's just a little worse risk reward. Yeah, the risk reward's not great in that. But if you're confident like this is gonna hit, then I guess it doesn't. You could take like an option trade on this and see what happens. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. It does. Yeah, I would too probably. That's why I need to get better. I need to get better at stops. Or or I should have entered right there. But I like the confirmation entries better. Wait, what were you saying about that fair value gap, Mitch? Bro, what is this? No. Are you kidding me, dude? Oh, I wanted to see what happened. Alright. Yo, I can't look at this. I don't want to see what happened. It was... Let me hit buy side. If I see what happened, I'm going to ruin it. Alright, it was... Oh my god, dude. I just looked. See, now I can't review this. So this is what happened. See, I should probably get the other backtesting site. So this is what happened. Let me just, I'm just gonna go back here. So now I see what happened, so there's no point in me backtesting this now. But here's what I would have been looking for a short setup. Maybe I would have shorted right there. I probably would have. This, whenever I see like a weird candle like this with, I don't know, to me this is like looks like a Judas swing. But if you did short right there, your stop would be about this high. Looks like it's gonna hit. Oh my god, I just did it again. Jump to a real. Oops. Okay, I'm just gonna stop doing that. All right, let me just go back to the hourly. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go really fast. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here. So I don't know what happens after this. All right. So this situation, not gonna lie, I'm gonna go a little further. I can't. The contract volume is kind of bad here. I'm gonna wait till it starts getting better. Okay, guess this is fine now. Alright, so what am I looking for here? This must be a CPI or something. So hourly, got these equal highs, got this giant fair value gap. I would not be long enough here. I see this fair value gap right here. I would definitely not be long in right here. So now I'm just gonna go to 3 minute, watch what happens. I can't. Damn, the volume's still bad. Okay, I can't backtest this. I need to go further. But again, here I'd probably not be looking along. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get out of replay mode. I'm gonna start after this. Okay, so I see we bounce off of this. Okay, right here, I notice we bounce off this VPR. Okay, the second I see this, if I just went to a chart and saw it bounce off this VPR, where's the target after you bounce off a fair value gap and discount? Targets are always a high, so to me, I would say buy side liquidity's up here, but I probably would not long this because this candle's at 2 o'clock, this candle's at 4 o'clock. Okay, so this is an overnight session, so you don't want to be long in the overnight sessions. So I'm just gonna quickly go to wow, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, this looks like it was some. Okay, I think this was definitely news. Let me go back to the lower time frame here. So I see this fair value gap right here. So we reject that fair value gap. Now that we're past this fair value gap, this is one of those inversion fair value gaps. I'd probably want to see 4,180 hit, and if we came back down here, I'd long. Okay, so we hit buy side before, so we never even hit that. So now that we hit buy side, I'd start looking for a short setup here probably. So let me just go to the 5 minute here. Alright, this is where it gets fun. There's a fair value gap here. Fair value gap here. New day opening gap here. Right here. Yeah, this might be. Yeah, probably might be. I have no idea. So I probably want price to hold below this new day opening gap. Let's see how it plays out. Concept of quit encroachment is right here. So here's where I'd kind of be looking for a short setup. If we don't get one, then we don't get one. So far done. This is actually the overnight session. We're still holding that overnight gap. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we rejected this one. In this situation, okay, if I see these equal highs, this would have been the short right here. I just missed it because I did it too fast. I think this would have been a good short because we didn't hit the lows yet. So I would have wanted to see these lows hit. And I probably had this drawn down here maybe. Okay, I'm just gonna again. If I see a short entry and I miss it, I'm not gonna short the second one. Let's just say I did, and let's see what happens. Okay, so it does work. So this actually did work, but it's very, very risky shorting the second entry. This would be my first take profit. Okay, so I'd be out right here. My target would probably be this consequent encroachment. And the reason I'm bearish at this time is because, again, we rejected this fair value gap. Rejected this fair value gap, just makes sense. And we also hit the buy side liquidity. So we're way above buy side at this point. And to me, if we delete all this stuff, this looks like a sell model down to these lows. Yeah, so we hit those lows. There's another low down here. We're probably going to hit it, but if we got a long setup after hitting this low, I wouldn't mind taking it. Okay, so we hit these right here. There's not really any more short entries up there. So now here's where I'd be looking for another long setup. I like this for a really gap. So maybe I try long in this. Damn it. See, okay. I was just going to enter a long position, I promise. I forgot to pause it. So I probably would have tried a long position in here. To me, again, we get the displacement here. Okay. We swept the low barely, but we swept it. And my low-hanging fruit profit probably would have been right here, so I would have been all out there. So now I'd probably be looking for another short here. I'd kind of be managing to see if this for really got held, but again, because we have buy side, I probably want to take that. So that's an example where we don't hold this, we dump through it, and then we use it as resistance. Now I also see we got these equal highs, which I would probably imagine we go hit at some point. Maybe not. We have equal lows now too, so I'd either want to see a sweep of these highs then down, or a sweep of these lows then up. So I wouldn't guess here. So I wouldn't go long or short here probably. Okay, so we sweep the lows first. Here's what I'd really look for a long setup probably. I would not have taken this for a value gap, even though clearly it does work because we swept these equal lows. Okay, at this point, this is kind of a sell model. The reason I think that now, even though we have these equal highs above, is because we respected this PD array. We respected this PD array. And this just looks like that curve, so I'd probably say the target would be this low at this point. Okay, so I probably would not have taken this entry, but that does look bullish now as long as we hold that. I just realized I'm doing this this is 6 o'clock. This is not a good time to trade. I didn't even realize that. Okay, I would have definitely slapped this. I know it's 6 o'clock. I would have, if this was a New Year kill zone, I definitely would have slapped this. And the reason I say that is I know we already swept this low, okay? But We did not sweep this low, and I feel like this is the sell model down to here. So my stop would probably be above here. See what happens. Okay, so now my stop would be break even. So once we make that move down, my stop would be break even. Let's see if I get stopped. So I probably would have been stopped right there at break even. Because if I sold here, I would have been up like 3 points almost. Okay, so this trade I would have been stopped. I kind of have these in my head still. Oops, I forgot to exit. Again, I would have been stopped to break even on this, not a loss, okay? This is why I move my stop to break even if it sometimes fails me. So now we're so close to these equal lows that, yeah, you could take a long entry here. But I definitely feel like the risk to reward. What do you take a long entry here, Mitch? Yeah, see, that's like too high. Okay, you can see it was work, but I probably wouldn't have taken a long entry there. It's pretty high, but we are... These are kind of the option trades I trade sometimes. Yeah, this would have been a nice inversion for me. I get to long. So now that we swept these highs again, I'd probably be re-looking for shorts. That's just me. Okay, would you short this? Right here. I have no idea what happens at this. I'll give you my answer in a second. So I would personally, because it looks like the 3 drives. So you have a high, higher high, higher high. So the 3 drives. Fair value gap. It's a premium. We have a market structure shift. I would probably short this. This is 6:53 a.m. Okay, so I would not have been up to take this play, but if I was, I probably would have shorted this. Let's see what happens. Yeah. So, yeah. So I would have been stopped. Yeah. So 4161. Yeah. So I would probably would have been stopped to break even there. Once I see us this close to the low, I'm usually moving my stop to break even. So we re-hit the high. So I feel like this was a fine play. It just if you don't move your stop to break even, I feel like you would just get stopped on that. There's nothing you can do about that. By the way, I can't really look for SMTs or a DXY for these back tests, or else I'd probably see what they were doing at the time, which would probably influence my bias. Okay, so I do see a low resistance liquidity up here. So, I'm in this situation, what do I think's gonna happen? Let's see. Yeah, I'd probably say this is bullish. Maybe this high up here. Because, again, there's this trend line right here. That's pretty bullish to me, in my opinion. Because we're this high, probably went long. Okay, so right here. It's like right here. I would not long this, probably. Yeah, maybe a confirmation long setup, but other than that, I probably wouldn't long that. Okay, so we end up blowing through it. We use this as a resistance. Again, that's why I wouldn't have longed it. So to get back bullish, I'd want to see a strong break through this, probably. Okay, so now here again, I'm bullish because, again, we broke back above this inversion gap. Again, I'm just testing the waters and inversion gaps. This would be my thought process, though. Okay, so we end up hitting this high, and I would imagine we go to hit all these highs as well. I have no idea. Let's see. In this situation, if we did sweep this high and we never hit these, and we got a setup right here, like a short setup, I'd probably take it. Let's see what happens. So still no short setup, obviously. Do we hit this high? Okay, yeah, so we do hit the high. Yeah, so I actually had a pretty good read on that. So now that we hit this high, oh, I didn't even realize, but they're equal highs right here too. So now I'd be looking for a short setup, okay? This is when I'd be looking for another short setup. Okay, right here maybe. Would you short that? You wouldn't? Yeah, I'd probably short the other side top too. Technically, order flow is still bullish here. We just swept these lows. And I probably wouldn't short this, to be honest. Never mind. Yeah, I would not short this. I would probably wait to see what happens. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, all right, let's see what happens. Okay, so it kind of worked. Wow, what the hell? Yo, what the hell? I mean, I guess you were right. We probably would have been stopped out, though. Yeah, you're right. Wow. So this is kind of... So I had no idea this was happening. I promise you. I have no idea what this is. This is from the 3rd. I don't even remember what this was. I don't know. Apparently... Oh, wait, was it CPI or... I don't even know what this was. This is 8:30. It must have been CPI. Only 20. It was the 3rd. Yeah, so I don't even... If I knew there's news, no, I would not shorted that. Okay, in the time, in the process, it looked good to short. And it also held this volume balance. I probably would have been stopped out on this, though. You can see it works. We go to the 3 points or whatever, and I probably would have put my stop break even. Probably would have been stopped. So now, what am I looking for? Well, now we're really low, so now I'd probably be re-looking for long setups. Okay, right here. Yes, exactly, right here. This would have my interest. And I'd probably target this high. I really wish that when I said right here, this was still a red candle inside this fair value gap. And then at the last second it changed. That looks like hindsight, but it was not. I saw there was a red candle there. So yes, I probably would have won that. Okay, I would have gotten stopped to break even. About 6 points. Yeah, that's definitely something I would have long probably. And I know there's no market structure shift or no obvious break structure, but yeah, I probably would have, to be honest. But it was a mitigation block right here. It's fair value gap. I probably would have long that with like a 3-point stop. See what would happen. As soon as we break this PD rate and had this red candle through this, I'm like, okay, we're probably going to go hit these lows. So we hit the lows. So we're getting to open. For open, would you be bullish here? I mean, I think I would, because yeah, from right over here. Yeah, so I'd probably be bullish in here. We're in an old fair value gap. We swept the lows. Yeah, I'd probably honestly look for a long setup here. We have these relative equal highs up here. Okay, let's see what happens. It doesn't look like there was an entry. Maybe. Wow. Okay. Maybe right. Yeah, this is a breaker. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have entered that because 440. This is too big of a stop loss there, you know. Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have taken that still. So now I'm watching the consequent encroachment of this wick to see if we hold it. As long as we hold that, I probably think we would hit these equal highs. Okay, so we do end up hitting these relative equal highs. This is kind of interesting. At this point, I would probably call it a sell model. I would probably call it a buy model and be like, okay, well, this would be my target. But if you didn't long down here, which for me there wouldn't have been an entry, I would probably just leave a runner up here because I would not be totally sure if you reject this or not. So this would probably be my last scale spot, and then I'd probably leave a runner here or stop loss or break even, see if we end up hitting these highs. Let's see what happens. Yo, what's up? Just backtesting right now. Yes. No, this is a while ago. I don't even know what it's from. So, yeah, this is why I wouldn't have taken... This is probably why I would have left it... I wouldn't have... The runner would have just been left to these highs. Really? I do not. I don't really remember a lot of days. Like, I remember the last couple, but then after a week, I start to forget them. Yeah, I don't know... I remember, like, I familiarize myself with the days, but I, like, don't know what's going to happen. Like, I forget. So, this situation, I probably would have thought buy side was going to be hit here. But we're rejecting this, as you guys can see. I do, like, again, this low resistance liquidity being built up. I would have thought this was bullish, probably. Yeah, sometimes. Wow. Damn. Okay, so it was bullish. See, I don't not remember that. I thought we were gonna direct into this low. But yeah, I try to once I see this low resistance liquidity start forming on a bullish. Why does this fair value gap right here fail? Even though it's a textbook fair value gap, there's buy side above, and it's a discount. Well, the entry's way down here, so. This would just be a really high risky entry. You probably would not want to be entering that. You can see it when I saw this form. I didn't say anything because we're waiting to the premium array, so I would not have longed that. So now that we hit buy side, I'd probably start looking for shorts again. You can see this fair value gap. Howie, would you long this fair value gap? He's deafened. Yeah, I wouldn't learn that fair value gap either. If we got like a 1 minute confirmation long off it, I maybe would have, but again, I'd probably just scalp it. I wouldn't have long this fair value gap either. Wow, it went high. So here I'm just looking for a short entry, really. Right here. I would like this as a short entry. There's so much displacement on this where I would be confident in that. I know it's like we're bouncing from here. Honestly, because we're bouncing from here, I'd probably wait for a confirmation of short entry from this rather than just slapping it. And D, would you take a short entry here? I mean, I think it looks good, but I'd probably wait for a confirmation setup, just because it does look like we're about to bounce from this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're bouncing from this. So now that I see this, I probably wouldn't just slap this. I'd probably just wait for a confirmation setup, just because I've seen these get squeezed too. Let's see what happens. Wow. Okay, that was sloppy. Yeah, so we end up putting buy side. So yeah, because I'm not gonna long this either, but I'm also not gonna short this unless I get this confirmation entry. Confirmation entry would have really been like this right here. With a stop above high, but then we get the equal high, so even that's kind of risky. This was very sloppy, I will admit. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's a good point. And we also have this volume balance here, which would have probably scared me out. This probably would have been my confirmation entry. 4,105. Goes about 5 points, so that's a 5-handle move. My stop would have been a break even. I would have gotten stopped there in that one. Down here. Down here. Yeah, look, this is this is why I would be looking for a short setup here, because we already hit this buy set liquidity. So this would have been another trade I get break even stopped on probably. Again, I'm still looking for a short setup here. It doesn't mean I'm not looking. Okay, right here, would you take this short? Because this is so close to lunchtime, I'd probably just look for another confirmation lock setup rather than just slapping it. So right there, see it? Let me go back. Here's where I would have entered. I can't get that tree. But my entry would have been right there. Yo, it's up high. Yeah, my entry would have been right here, this fair value gap, okay? So I would not have entered here, but this is the confirmation entry. And then I'm taking partials right here. Is there another obvious low? And I'd probably be all out here, so we end up hitting both. What? This one right here. Because it's lunchtime, so I'd probably want to be safer and wait for like a confirmation entry. So, I don't know. That's just something I like doing better. So I would. Yeah, I mean, that's valid. That's valid. My trading side, personally, I probably would not have shorted this. I would have waited for the confirmation entry. That's just me, though. That's his daughter's name. All right. So this fair value gap right here, I want to see this hold. So this is not what I'd short, but I want to see it hold down. Why would I not short this? Well, we just swept these lows, so I'd probably just wait. Okay, so you would short that? Yeah, I would not have shorted that. Okay, so now we hit these lows. I feel like this would be the point of interest. Yeah, no, that's good. So yeah, that's a lot of displacement. Yeah, I mean, this probably would have been my point of interest. If I still wasn't short right here, I'd have a runner here. I would be all out besides a runner. My runner would be stop above this high probably. This is the protected high. So if we saw back above this high, I'd probably get out, but this would be my point of interest. So let's just see what happens. Also, this fair value gap right here, I would not short it. Why? Because we just swept the low, so I would not short that one either. Maybe I would have won that. Did she? Yeah, this. So even though my points of interest there, this looks like this is a nice BPR. And this probably, if I saw this and I was still in short, I would have gotten out there. Maybe I wouldn't have longed it, but I would have gotten out there. Because we swept these lows, and this just looks like an obvious high. Now it looks like the buy model. We're probably going to hit it. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that definitely wasn't bad. So, my point of interest. So this is kind of looks. See, this kind of looks bullish now. If you weren't in long from here, I wouldn't re-enter long up here. So like this for a gap, I would probably not re-enter. And maybe I would. And maybe I'd target this high. Down here, yeah, I see. I would probably do this one because it's protected by this orb block, and there's this obvious high above. And let's say I'm gonna buy 2 right here. I wish I could move them down. My stop would be below here. I'll take profit for 1 right there. Let's see if it hits. Okay, so that worked. Okay, how many points did they go? What does 196? So that went 2 points. I wouldn't move my stop to break even yet. This is very risky longing in this one because if you didn't get the long entry down here, what do you say? Okay. Yeah, okay, it's kind of working. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't end up working. What do you say? Double average down. If I saw this happen, see, I wish I could see if there's a divergence here. If there's a bearish divergence here, I would not own this. If there wasn't, then I probably would. But right here, right here, 4,196, I wouldn't have gotten stopped. I would have been up 3 points of profit. Once we're this close to this high, my stop would have been break even. I probably would have been stopped break even here. Yeah, that's definitely one where I would have been stopped break even, especially after this wick to this high. So let's see what happens after this. Yeah, I know. I agree. Yeah, having your stop to break even, it's good sometimes, bad other times. So we end up bouncing off this fair value gap. Again, if I long this like on D said, my take profit would have been this high right here. But that's a 2-point move, so that's not good enough for reward for me, so I'm not doing that. Once I see this displacement down, this kind of looks like this looks like the start of a sell model. Okay, so I forgot. So we have this point of interest down here still we never hit. To me, this is starting to look like a sell model, especially once we get this displacement down. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, so yeah, so you could use this as an inverse entry for the downside. I probably would have scaled them right there. Let's just chase this and see if I'm right. Wow. Okay. All right. So I guess I was right. So we hit the point of interest here. No. This was Friday the 3rd, February 2023. It's like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I'd probably be looking for a long setup in here. If we didn't get any, I wouldn't take it. So far, nothing. Okay, yeah, so we never got a long setup in here. now that I'm seeing this, I'm pretty confident these lows are going to hit. So I'm just going to chase another one. Let's see if I'm right. And then I would be... I'm not super... At this point in time, I'm not super confident these would hit. But maybe I try to leave runner there. I'm not... This would probably be my main target. If it was my real account, I'd probably not hold down there. I'd probably hold to right there. See if there's any like volume imbalances. There's a volume imbalance right here. Let me delete this. There's a small volume imbalance right here. That would be like a long entry maybe. Right here. Or short entry, I mean. And your stop would be above here. I know we could retrace these for relay gaps, but this is an order block. We still have this obvious low-hanging fruit low. So I'd probably try it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that worked out. If you got in here, you would have been about 2 points of drawdown. I know it's 2 points. I hate any drawdown, but I wouldn't have gotten stopped on that one. No, I wouldn't have. Yeah, but this one, I probably would have taken partials here, and my last partial would have been here. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, I would not take this for a relay gap. Okay, I'm gonna take it. I don't know if it's gonna work, but nah, I'm not gonna take it because I don't want to. So I would not take this for a relay gap regardless if it works. If this does work, to me in live time, that's like okay. I think we're gonna go down and hit this one. If it doesn't work, then that, to me, I would probably be like, okay, we're probably gonna make this shape up here and then reject. Okay, so what happened? So we went above the fair value gap.
Hey Ryan?
Yeah, what's up?
Are you going?
Yeah, later.
What time?
Like 12:30 or 1?
And then are you gonna stay there?
No.
So what time do we anticipate you being home?
I don't know. No later than 4 probably.
So you're driving to the city for just a couple of hours?
It's not the city.
Well, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's nice. Alright, sorry guys, I'm back. So we held this volume balance. This would probably be my last possible spot where I'm like, okay, if we go above this, then we probably hit this, and then maybe this would really gap. But we kind of held that down. I would not really enter any positions here, probably. Okay, now I want to see this hold. Would I enter it? No. Okay, so you see that. Really? Yeah, that was a nice trade. Okay, so this is kind of weird. I would not be in a position here for the record. This is the only one I would have tried. I'm not super confident if this low is going to hit. Also, I would not take this for value gap because there's not really much displacement over this one right here. So I'd probably just chill here. If anything, I'd want us to see it go back below this fair value gap right here and then use this as an inverse fair value gap. And then maybe I'd short. Okay, right here. So maybe I'd try a short right here and then my stop would be above this high, okay? Maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to see if we retrace to it. Okay, right here. Okay, it kind of goes over, but... So now my stop would probably be above this high. It's about a... Okay, this is a 5-point stop, so it would probably be Probably be 4 points at least right here. Let's see if I get stopped. Okay, so I wouldn't have gotten stopped there. Take profit hits for one contract. Okay, that's 4 points. So I'd have been out here. One. Let's say I don't sell. My last target would have been this low. And then if I really had like 3 contracts, my runner would be down here. So I'd want to see us hold below this fair value gap. We still are. Wow, this is choppy. Holy shit. I probably would not want to see a body close above this. Okay, so I would have been stopped my runner there. I would have gotten the 4 points. My other target profit would never have hit. This would have been the actual stop loss. Okay, so you can see the actual stop loss. It wasn't actually broken through, which is kind of interesting. So now I have equal highs, so this is kind of bullish. If we got a long setup here, maybe I'll long it. We're kind of, I want to see if we held this order block. Okay, so this is definitely bearish now that we didn't have an order block. Okay, but then we have equal highs again here. Once I'm seeing this kind of price action, I'm not really looking to enter or anything. Because I would have already took the trade right here. Stop loss would have been above here. I would have taken my 4 points, got stopped to break even. Here, once you do that, once you take your trade and it already kind of, you get stopped to break even, I just watch after that and see if the target hits or see if we get kind of a new setup. And so far, nothing really interests me again. Yeah, I mean, this is still New York hour, so we just felt these equal low highs, so now I probably want to see a sweep of this low. Okay, there's a sweep of the low. I would guess we probably sweep this low now. This fair value gap right here, this would be one I would chase short on options, and I probably would have gotten wrecked at that time. So this is one of my option trades I probably would take. I'd be like, okay, we haven't hit this low. I'd probably chase this. But now this looks bullish. Okay, so now I would want to see this hold. So this is an inversion FVG. I would maybe buy here, want to see this hold. My stop would be under it, a body close under it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so this is bullish. At this point, yeah, this definitely does look bullish. We swap these lows. I like this setup. I love this setup with the old fair value gap using as support. There's my 5 points there. Yeah, I'd probably hold until these equal highs. If I in 2 contracts, I'd be out 1 here. Okay, so this is where I'd sell 1. Yeah, right here. So I made a fair back up here. This is where I'd scale 1 though. So let's pretend I just sold 1. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Flat. I'd probably target my equal highs for the second one. Okay, this fair value gap. This is interesting. Would you long this to these equal highs, Andy or Mitch? I probably... Yeah, so because if I was not in and I was feeling revenge tradey, this is a revenge trade I would take. But because the entry was down here, I would probably not want to chase this because you would already been in from down here. So I probably would not have chased this. I just would want to see this hold. If we really cut through this with displacement, that's when I would probably stop on my runner. See what happens. Okay, so right here in this candle. So it works for a little bit. We start getting more low resistance liquidity. Yeah, if you did take this, you probably would have been stopped to break even. Let's say you would have been up, what, 5 points? Yeah, you would have been up 5 points. So yeah, and then this candle does look bearish. I'm not gonna lie. But we've lowered. See, this is like a 50-50 scenario. I would not do anything in this. It's also 3:30. It's very close to close. This looks bullish and bearish at the same time. Usually when I think that, I don't really touch anything. And we still have this low down here. And these equal lows. So we've equal lows and equal highs. Again, this is kind of a 50-50 spot. I wouldn't really do anything in this situation. Okay, so we just rejected that fair value gap. I would not take this for value gap probably because, again, we have these leftover lows. I know this does look bullish. Yeah, this fair value gap right here does not look terrible. Again, this looks like a textbook fair value gap, except I have a rule I don't short the equal highs above, so I'm not picking that. And I would not have taken this either. Okay, now it's 4:04, so session's over. Curious to see if we end up breaking this first or hit this low. Okay, so we gap down to the low first. So I'm guessing we end up hitting this later. You see, this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna get off. I'm guessing we end up hitting these equal highs later. Here's what I'd be kind of watching for a long setup to the equal highs still. Oh, right there. Shoot, right there. This would have been a solid entry. Let's see if it works. The stop will beat this low. Okay, so you would have gotten stopped there. If you're like, yeah, this is also not a time you don't want to be trading. That's key. And if you did take this, you probably would have been. I would have been stopped to break even because I would have been up at 3 points in that. So now I'm just re-looking for a long setup here. I'm waiting till we get to London session. Okay, so now we're at London session. Okay, we're getting close to London session. We took out this low, and we still have these equal highs above. Okay, everything to me right now is personally pointing bullish to these equal highs. So I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for a long setup. There's no way in hell I'd take a short down here. Okay, so we re-hit the lows. Again, I'm not entering anything. We're about to get the London open. All right, here's London open right here. Okay, so we re-hit the lows. And nothing I take. I'd want to see this fair value gap right here hold. I would not long in it though. Okay, so didn't. Again, not a spot I would take along though, because there's not really any market structure shit. There's rejected that fair value gap, so nothing. Again, I just watched for a confirmation long setup off of that. So we keep re-hitting the lows. Wow. So this surprises me. So I would personally, like, I would not have taken any trades here. I'm just kind of camping here waiting for a long setup. Okay, so now we're getting closer to the 6, so I'm going to slow this down. Let's see what happens. Right here, would I long this? I probably would. We've equal highs. Yeah, we've equal highs above. This would probably be decent long. I'd probably try that. Let's see what happens. My stop loss would probably be right here. Okay, so now my stop loss would probably. This is probably where I'd get out. This is just, again, if this is live time, I'd probably get out here, just because this fair value gap would scare me. Okay, so yeah, I would have gotten out just because of this fair value gap. I had no idea what was going to happen there. We still have the equal highs above. If you get, we have another one here. I probably would not have longed this. I just want to watch and see what happened. We re-hit the lows. Probably still be watching for long setup. We got this little trend line break here too. Okay, here's where it gets fun. So we're making our way back up. This is about 7 a.m. We barely took out this high with displacement. Okay, so no, I would not have longed this. But that doesn't mean I'm still bearish yet. I'm still bullish with the equal highs. So now, that again, this is the inversion fair value gap. I want to see us rip back above this and use this as support. So maybe I long this right here. I'm trying to, the point of this is to test these inversion fair value gaps. I'd probably never mind. Sorry. I would actually not long that. There's equal lows below here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so we hit the equal lows. So the equal lows kind of changed my bias there. So I'd want to see a rip back above this. And then maybe long. So right here, maybe I try long. Not right here. I want to see. Look how much these bodies of these candles respect it. I want to see it close above it and then a retest. Right there. Okay, right there. Before that, wait down. That's where I tried longing. That's where I tried longing it. And the reason why I tried longing it then and not before is because we swept these lows here. Okay, so that would make the most sense to long. Over here, we had these equal lows below, so I would not have longed. And let's say I took two things here. My first target would be up here. Okay, so that's where I would have flattened. Oh, I can't sell both. That's where I would have sold one. Looks like a buy model. My runner would have been up there. I want to see. Go to a 3 minute. I'd want to see this hold. It's also a breaker. Yeah, I probably long this. Okay. Damn. Yeah, so this would have been 4119. This would have been a 5-point play. If you put your take profit right here. Yeah, this would be my take profit, but I probably wouldn't have been filled. Check the 5 minute. The 5 minute, I'm still kind of bullish here just because these equal highs now. So now I got equal highs. Okay, right here, I'm definitely not shorting this fair value gap. Okay, it ends up working a little bit for a 5-minute move. We end up reading the low. I would not have shorted it personally. Okay, there we go. So there's where you take out the equal highs. Yeah, so that was kind of your 8:30. I think that might have been data, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, my target would have been these equal highs. I would not have shorted this for value gap because the equal highs above. We now reswept the low, so I'd probably just relook for a long setup here. There it is. I definitely wouldn't have gotten filled here. My entry would have been way down here, which we never hit. But yeah, if you see, you drift to that new day opening, the new week opening gap. I'm probably gonna get off here now. Next time I'm gonna see if I can go maybe a little further back. Right here. Yeah, I might get FxReplay. The reason why I'm stopping here is I think I remember what happens next, so I don't want to. So this is kind of coming up the hindsight here, but before I totally forgot. Pretty sure we reject. I'm pretty sure we could reject it again and then, oops. Yeah, we rejected again. I think we end up re-hitting the lows. I don't even know. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here, guys. Bro, I wish Butters here. Wait, don't leave yet. For you guys on YouTube watching this recording, if you made it here, then you just wasted 2 hours of real. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, if you made it here, let me know if you have any questions. Again, a lot of this, it's not. I don't really remember these scenarios exactly. I'm starting to remember here. This is actually the 6th, so it was about 10 days ago. Or no, 14 days ago. So I'm starting to remember what's going to happen here. So I'm going to stop right here. But yeah, I hope this helped you guys a little bit. And peace.